Etsy giveth and Etsy taketh away. What am I talking about today? It's the Etsy fee increase. Okay, everyone, thumbs up if you got the email from Etsy yesterday and you looked at it and you said, I wonder when Pam's going to make a video about that. Etsy didn't even give me a day to be happy. After I was so pleased with them yesterday about the update to digital sellers. If you haven't seen that, check out yesterday's video. But okay, so this is also part of the Etsy Investors Review for the financial year 2021 and quarter 4 2021. If you're new here, welcome, hello. If you're new here, I tend to try and go through the investor financials every time they come out because there's lots of good snippets. But this time, the little snippet they released in the investors presentation was such a bombshell that they actually sent out emails to every Etsy seller, or hopefully every Etsy seller, at about the same time as the presentation dropped, so that everyone could be offended all at once. What am I talking about? Let's let Etsy tell you, and then we'll go through what I think, and then I'm predicting the comment section here is going to blow up. So also read in the comment section. A lot of people have better ideas than me about things, but let's see what our email said from Etsy CEO Josh Silverman. Sorry if you can hear a plane in the background. Every time I hit record, a plane goes over. So this is the email I got from Etsy. At Etsy, we're focused on building a marketplace that allows sellers like you to turn your creativity and passions into real money-making businesses. Last year, active sellers increased their sales by 23% on average. I'm going to go through the numbers next week. I'll do the investors report next week, but yeah, compared to 2019, there's stats are actually, numbers are very easy to manipulate to look better than they are. And in 2021 alone, we showed more than 90 million active buyers worldwide, which is great. That's an alternative to a large store automated shopping. Yeah, Etsy's done great. There's a lot more sellers as well. I'll run the numbers. We'll break that down next week. Anyway, that's what he's saying. And I know from people commenting on my videos and stuff, many people didn't increase their sales by 23% last year, or increase their sales at all. Together we've made Etsy the global marketplace for unique and creative goods. That's true. It has been for many a year. But yes, it's definitely got the brand name out there. What's changing? Okay, hold on to your hats. Sit down if you haven't read this. It's not that bad. We plan to make significant investments in marketing, seller tools, and creating a world-class customer experience so we can continue this tremendous growth. To support this goal, on the 11th of April, we will increase our current 5% transaction fee to 6.5%. It's an increase. The fees are going up. Okay, this change will allow us to make improvements in 3 key areas. So what are they planning to do with this money? Bring in more buyers to Etsy. Last year, we spent nearly $600 million on marketing. This year, we'll be investing even more, including the TV commercials, influencers, and tastemakers. I suppose that's like trend leaders or something. I haven't heard of tastemakers. Billboards, podcast advertising, and email marketing that bring new buyers to Etsy. Yep, so Etsy have been marketing and bringing new people to Etsy, so they're going to spend more on marketing. The support you need. We'll grow our support team by more than 20% this year, so you can get help more quickly and easy, including faster email responses, expanded access to live chat, and prioritization of your most urgent requests. I don't think anyone can deny that we need better support. But, okay, am I going to be cynical today? I'm going to be a little cynical today. Etsy support was Etsy seller support was kind of really pared back in the past couple of years. And I won't deny there's been a lot more sellers and things have been a lot more crazy. But basically, they took away what we had and now are charging us more to bring back what we used to have. But we've been crying out and asking for better seller support. They're saying they're going to do it. They're growing their team. Hopefully, messages will get answered a bit quicker. I'm still waiting to hear about my question about the amber jewelry. I'm going to have to hit them again. Hit them up, but I don't punch Etsy. Keeping Etsy unique will build on last year's roughly $40 million investment in the teams and technology that help make our marketplace a safe and secure destination for handmade, vintage, and special items. This year, we'll expand our efforts to remove listings that don't meet our policies and help you resolve issues with buyers. So again, that's something so many people have been complaining about, the number of listings that don't meet our policies. And it totally makes sense that that's going to cost more money. There's a lot more sellers on the site. There's a lot more people have heard of Etsy. So all the people that jump in and make up, 2,000 scammy listings, it takes people at Etsy to review all these kind of things. So they need more people. So that'll cost more money. So, okay, yeah, they need to do it. It's stuff people are crying out for. I will talk about why I am concerned, why I think having more systems in place to try and remove listings that don't meet their policies is going to be, over the long term, it might end up being a good thing, but in the short term, this is likely to be quite a bit of a headache. But I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that at another date. We're talking about the money just now. We'll also make a significant investment in service and tools that will make it easier and smoother to grow your business. For instance, we'll be launching a new Etsy seller app, which, yeah, they're already testing it, with enhanced features that make it easy for you to manage your orders, connect with buyers, and understand how your business is doing. Okay, they've been building that. That's kind of built, and it's all right. Honestly, if you're running a business on Etsy, you're way better just to use the website. You get all the data there, but hopefully the app will have even more features. These are some of the great things we'll invest in to keep Etsy a beloved, trusted, and growing marketplace. We don't take fee changes lightly, and we believe that these investments will enable Etsy and our seller community to continue to grow. Thank you for making Etsy a one-of-a-kind marketplace. Josh Silverman. And here's the questions and answers. Why are you increasing the transaction fee? I think they guessed that was going to be an increase. We believe this change will help us make big investments towards bringing even more buyers to Etsy, building the tools and services that help our sellers manage and grow their shops, and expanding the technology and teams that keep Etsy safe and secure destination for handmade, vintage, and special items. Safe and secure as well. Hopefully that's more. There has, on the internet, is growing and growing of people, not just Etsy, but all sorts of places, people hacking people's shops, people's social media, all sorts of things, and nicking them, basically. So yeah, if there's more into keeping things safe online, all this is going to cost money. Yeah. I get it. How does the Etsy transaction fee work? Now, yes, here we go. They're breaking it down. I've had a few people ask me this already, so this is cool. When you make a sale on Etsy, you pay a transaction fee that's applied to the total order amount. This applies to the total cost of the item, including the postage and gift wrap. So remember, yeah, whether you have free shipping or you've included shipping, the entire price, for transaction fee, the entire price minus like sales tax that the customer pays, but the entire price that the customer pays to you, you are charged the transaction fee on that. So gift wrap, postage fee, everything there. Is there anything I need to do to my shop or listings to following this change? Well, so no, you don't need to take any action. The change will happen automatically. Yes, they're going to change the fees. People are asking and freaking out, saying they'll need to put their prices up. It's 1.5%. So if you make a sale that's $100, that's an extra $1.50. So it's not a huge amount. And if you're making handmade and 1.5% is something that's really, you're worrying for your bottom line for 1.5%, I would say you really need to look into your pricing structure. If you're selling supplies, this potentially could be an issue. But 1.5%, your margin should always be way bigger than that. If something this small is going to cause you issues, then perhaps the type of item you're selling isn't the best fit for kind of online selling, because there's going to be fees wherever you go. Etsy is still going to be one of the lowest fee platform to sell on. And even if you go into a bricks and mortar store or something, if you're selling like that or through wholesale, your fees are going to be 40 to 50%, not 6.5%. Where can I stay up to date about changes at Etsy? We'll always make sure to keep you up to date about important changes. Check the site updates section. Hey, and you can come here and I'll try and tell you when I find it. Oh, here is where Etsy's site is going to blow up a little bit. How can I share my feedback on these updates? We'd love to hear your thoughts on ways we can continue to invest in your shop's success. Please share your ideas in this survey. Okay, so there is a link there to a survey. That's going to be busy. Don't be mean to Etsy. Okay, let's get back to my face. That's everything they've given us there. Don't be mean to the Etsy staff. Be fair in a survey. So if there's things that you don't like, just mention you don't like them. But also, tell them, like yesterday's digital changes. If that affects you and you like it, tell them what's good as well. Dealing with companies like this is like training a dog. You have to reward the good. If all they hear is bad, then they don't know the things that they're doing good. So tell them the good things too. But for those that are kind of new to Etsy or aren't aware of this isn't the first time Etsy have put up fees. For many years, Etsy fees were 3%, and then they put them up to 5%, and now it's up to 6.5%. But it is still actually cheaper than a lot of sites. There are still less fees than many sites, especially, especially if you have like really low sales. There's lots of sites where you have to pay a fixed fee every month. And if you don't make much sales, that can add up to a large percentage. So it's still cheaper if you're starting out, for sure. And then once you start getting bigger, if you find the fees are adding up to a lot, really depends what you make. Most handmade things that people make, you should be able to sell for a high enough price that the fees won't desperately matter. But if it does, then that's when you can start looking at expanding. I just got asked today, can you actually make a full-time living paying all your bills and everything on Etsy? And the answer is you can. Some people do, not the majority of sellers don't. Let's be absolutely honest. The majority of sellers don't make a full-time living on Etsy. And I'm going to say to anybody watching this, that should never be your goal, to make a full-time living on Etsy, because that's all eggs in one basket. And that's not good. That's too precarious. I would always say have diversified income. It can mean selling on different sites. I prefer to diversify even more than that. Have selling your handmade, perhaps selling handmade online, and also have some craft shows, but have something that's different as well. Don't monetize all your hobbies, but have a couple of things in case what you make one day just stops selling. You just protect yourself in advance. Anyway, before I waffle on forever, that's just the latest update from Etsy. Fees are going up from 5 to 6.5%. That covers the entire cost of what you're getting from your customer is going to be that 6.5%. It sounds like a lot. It is only an increase of 1.5%. And yeah, stay tuned. Next week I will break down the investors report. I'll make it a really good in-depth dive rather than just the usual talking over it, to make up for me having to jump in and pull out this small part of it. Let me know in the comments below, and yeah, have a good weekend. Don't be mad at Etsy.